Oh, storyboarding. More like story boring. Such a waste of time. Dude, are you serious? Storyboarding is like super important when it comes to explaining the story to the client.
Wait, what's going on here?
Storyboards can actually save us a lot of time and help us avoid confusion down the line. You should know this, we're the same person. Okay, I guess that makes sense, but I'm not an artist. How am I supposed to make a storyboard? There are many different ways to create a storyboard. You don't have to be an artist. You can use photos or screen grabs or ugly sketches. The key, it has to be easy to understand. Okay. I never thought of it that way. I guess I'll give it a try. Thanks. So as a director, our job is to communicate our vision to the client and get them to see what we're all about. When it comes to the actual story, it's important to get more specific and explain how the shots are going to be laid out and how one scene will transition into the next. That's when you get to storyboarding. So there's a bunch of different ways to make storyboards. Basically, a storyboard is just a way to tell the reader what's going to happen in your story. It doesn't have to be all fancy with hand-drawn pictures. You can use anything you want. Sketches of stick figures, either digital or on paper, or even a 3D storyboard made within something like Cinema 4D or Cinetracer. Sometimes we get so caught up in doing things the right way that we really forget why we're doing it in the first place. What's the point? What's the goal? Those are the questions you have to ask yourself first. Anyways, today I want to talk about 3 specific methods I use a lot because they're quick and easy to understand. And I think that's important because if the client doesn't get it, it's going to be really hard for you to proceed to the next phases of production. So let's get into it. Method number 1. Pulling frames from other movies and using them to create storyboards. The goal is not necessarily to find films similar to yours, but to find individual shots that match your shot list. These storyboards won't be as exact as those you'd get from a storyboard artist, but if you really can't draw, they might be good enough. The key is to focus only on composition and not let yourself be distracted by the content of the original frame. You start by breaking down the script into shots. Consider where the scene takes place, if it's indoors or outdoors, what the setting is, how the camera moves, if it pans or it tilts, slides or dollies, what the characters do in the shot. You can optionally include lighting details like where the light comes from, if you think that that's important. When searching for shots to use, close enough is good enough. For example, if you are shooting a dialogue scene in a car, you are not the first person to shoot a dialogue scene in a car. There are probably hundreds of similar shots used to film dialogue in cars. You'll be pressed for time and probably won't really need more than 3 or 4 shots of them anyway. If you wonder where I search for such high quality images, then you should probably check out this site called FrameSet. It's an AI-powered platform that helps filmmakers find inspiration and nice references to perfectly match the mood. The cool thing about them is they also have a library of screen grabs, not only from movies, but also from music videos and commercials. And if you have ever tried something like Shot Deck, you'd know commercial look is slightly or maybe even vastly different from feature film cinematography. That's why I have partnered with FrameSet to bring you a 10% discount if you use my code NORNIAZFilms by following my affiliate link in the description. It's a win-win situation for you and me, as you get a 10% discount off the full price and I get a small commission, which helps to run and grow this channel. When creating a storyboard, it's important to think about who will be reading it. If it's for a big company with many executives and the film is meant for a wide audience, the board will need to be tested and approved with great detail. This includes the exact number of actors, foreground and background objects. In that case, using the second method might be a better option. Method number 2. Shoot stills and line them up. This technique is both easy and incredibly useful, yet surprisingly underutilized. Simply gather a couple of friends and go to a location that is similar to that in your storyboard. It's nice to bring your DP alongside with you, take pictures that match your storyboard frames, and there you have it. Make sure that the sensor size on your still camera matches that of your cinema camera. For example, the Arri Alexa uses a Super 35mm sensor, which is smaller than the sensor on a Sony A7. Bonus tip: since you are creating a digital storyboard, it's easy to import the images into your nonlinear editor, record yourself reading the screenplay, and edit the stills over the audio. Does your coverage plan work the way you thought it would? Here you have a perfect place to figure out those details. And finally, method number 3 is to draw your own storyboards, even if they're bad. This video is about creating storyboards even if you're not good at drawing. However, there's nothing like sitting down and drawing your own storyboard. It's a great way to think visually. The process is useful even if the resulting storyboards aren't very pretty, especially if you don't have to show them to anybody. Here, I'll show you how I create storyboards. To make things easier, I use an iPad, but you don't have to. This just makes the drawing process more efficient, as I can copy and paste certain elements from shot to shot or use layers to change backgrounds. The key is that you don't have to be good at drawing. We're trying to simplify things. Even with this method, I still look up the images that I'd like to replicate, such as shots and locations. It's ideal if you already have shots of your locations on your phone, so you can just draw overlay images and superimpose action onto the existing shots. Using a good storyboard template that has all the necessary details makes things a little bit easier and quicker. I usually use one and only template I designed myself a year ago, which has 3 columns by 2 rows. Each frame includes a comment section for indicating my shots, focal length, action, dialogue, or a voiceover, and you can check it out at my store. So please go ahead and practice making a storyboard right now. Otherwise, you'll get stuck in this tutorial hell, spending hours upon hours consuming content without really retaining any knowledge. So that's it. Like, subscribe, and share, and always remember, the reward is in the process.